happens when somebody calls. So I actually called a RE/MAX office looking for an agent in Toronto, Canada, and I asked the agent's name, and the person answering it repeats the agent's name and goes, "Who?" And so I said it again, and they're like, "I don't know who that is." And that was on their Google business profile. So we went back and looked, and they had 20, based on their Google Analytics, they had 24 inbound calls just in the last 30 days. And
that's how it was being handled, you guys. They didn't even know the agent, and it was his Google business profile, and we were shopping them. So we've shopped multiple people in here, and we're seeing it more and more that this is what's happening. So we're working so hard to go out there and get not people to call us, but now when people are calling us, how is it being handled? And this is just shocking, right?
So the people in the United States, we've had this, hopefully you've all signed up for it. People in Canada, you're getting this, hopefully you didn't delete it. They sent this out January for everybody in there for their Google business profile to get it set up, and it'll track it for you. It'll record the calls, everything else, so hopefully you did that.
So, hold on though, turn that back for a second. So hopefully, do you guys understand that? Do you understand what he's talking about? Okay, explain it a little bit more.
So Google will offer you a beta test. So when somebody calls and hits the button, call you, Google's gonna track it for you. And they'll say, whatever the recording is, hey, I'm looking to sell my house at 123 Main Street. So we've had this in the United States since 2020, but in Canada, it's just hit there recently. Basically.
So you haven't, it's been like a month or two. So in Canada, you guys need to make sure, if you are in the US, you need to make sure, in Canada it's recent, so you need to make sure that you are being able to track and see who's calling your business.
And it'll tell you. So it'll tell you, say, hey, you answered this call, or you missed this call. So if you have somebody that's supposed to be answering your phones, and they miss it, Google will send you a message and say, you didn't answer this call. That's what it says. It says, you missed this call. And it's like, give you the phone number, you gotta go in and look it up. So, but the other part we want to talk about is actually getting a system to track it where it is, because Google will only track it if they're a certain amount of time. So our insights said that we only had one inbound call. And then we have CallRail, and it said we had 25 in the last 30 days.
This, guys, is really important. So remember, there was incoming calls, and Google only said we had one, okay, because it didn't track it well enough. So because we had CallRail, we can
see it.
So it's really important that you guys have something similar. CallRail's like $45, I believe, for 10 phone numbers a month. And you connect each one to each of your marketing pieces. Well, Google My Business is a marketing piece that you want to use to get leads and to track them. So if we would have just gone off of the analytics from Google, it would have shown us one call. But because we use CallRail, now we can connect it and see that there was actually 25 inbound calls. So it's important that you guys are doing that and tracking it well.
This just breaks it down. So talking about the different numbers, you can put where they come from. It tells you, hey, it's Google My Business. It'll whisper to you local service ads, whatever it is. So we want to talk about the maps. As you noticed, it's changed. So it used to be up and down. Now they're side by side. So it's moved up, both of them.